This person writes, jealousy games. If you're a woman who broke up with an ex hoping that he would chase you and beg for you back in order to feed your ego, but he didn't. So it's like this person seems to be there going through this kind of experience. Just because of the specificity on what they're kind of talking about. How effective would a tactic be? A tactic, manipulation, really, to sleep with some guy right after the breakup whom you don't even really like just to get your ex jealous. Yeah, I mean, if you do this, it's like, one, you're kind of, you're kind of leading the guy on first that you hook up with. It's like not really fair to him. If he cares about you, you hook up, you think it's going somewhere, and then you just treat him like garbage and treat him like a second class citizen that you don't care about and you'll just toss aside. That's kind of a low integrity move to do that you didn't really address. And then the last one, she says, is this really a good way to win back your ex? And I would say no. Because it's like, yeah, it'll probably get his attention. It'll probably piss him off. And it'll be like, oh, how the hell is she hooking up with some other guy? We just broke up. And so in that regard, you'll probably get attention. But it's like if you get back, if this leads to the two of you getting back together, then what you're doing is you're restarting the relationship on a foundation of just jealousy and then making that choice out of fear of loss. And whenever you have that kind of foundation, it's just really going to almost like breed that same behavior in both of you, really. I would say no. I would say this isn't a good tactic. And I would say if you break up, it's like you better mean it. Because too often do people get in these like, oh, we're together, and then we break up and back together and break up. And what you find is just like, it just eliminates a certainty in the relationship when you do that kind of behavior, because it's like, then you feel like you don't even want to apply yourself because it's like, well, what's the point? It's like, they're just going to break up with me or I'm going to break up with them, you know? So you start to question, am I actually putting in this effort for something that will last? And when you have that doubt, when there's not that certainty in a relationship, it's just completely unstable. And yeah, and so I would say no. A lot of people do get back with their exes. It's super common. But I think oftentimes it's just like they get back to them because they start to live in the fantasy of what they were like and how good it was with them, or maybe they start to fear that they'll never do better. But oftentimes it's just like, well, they get back in the relationship, and then after the two of them get comfortable with each other again, it's like those same problems occur, and then ends up in another breakup, and it just doesn't work out. So it's like, even if you improve your skills, it still rarely works out getting back with an ex. So, I mean, I'd always say improve your skills. They'll give you the best shot. But I would say also it's important to sometimes just move on and find somebody else that you can have that sense of certainty with, where you're not just doubting if it's going to end.